Hi everyone, Mindy of Minuet Knit here. Today I'm going to show you how to pick up edge stitches from garter stitch that you have bound off. So these stitches I bound off on the wrong side. This is the right side of my work. Okay, when I turn you can see that bind off better. On the wrong side you can see I've woven an end here. So my stitches are leaning towards the back, which is fine. I want them to be on the wrong side. When I'm going to go and pick things up, what I'm going to do is go into the corner here, okay, and pick up one loop there. And if you are a thrower, or you knit English, as many would say, you're going to take your yarn, and I hold it against the needle just to make sure it doesn't get away. Leave enough of a tail to weave in later, okay? And you're going to wrap around your needle there. Oh, you know what? I'm skipping a step. I like to cut corners. I'll show you my corner cutting version in a second. Let me show you the full version here. So we're going to use one needle to pick the stitch up. The other needle is going to go in behind that, and you're going to knit it. Okay. And you can wrap like you normally would if that's how you prefer to knit. I'm a continental knitter. I manage my yarn in my left hand. It's faster and easier for me. So I'm going to pick up. So if you kind of turn this towards you, you can see those bind off chains. I'm going to pick up, and sometimes it's helpful to use the right hand needle to get into the stitch that you want. Pick that up, then go into it with my left needle and go ahead and knit it like I would normally knit a stitch. Okay, I'll show you a few more there. I'm going to pick up the stitch that I want, knit through it. Okay, so on the back here, I'm only picking up the top loop from my cast on. Okay. In the front, you can see you've got a garter ridge running along here. It's the loop behind the garter ridge that we want. And you go ahead and just knit through what you pick up. So you find that loop that you need, pick it up, and knit it. Now that shortcut that I was doing earlier, I'm going to go into the stitch only with my right needle point here. Okay, and I'm going to pick that up and draw it through. And I'm going to keep going each time, okay? And the way I'm doing this is by maintaining tension on my working yarn. I know it works well with my continental method. Let me see if I can give it a shot by throwing the yarn and see if it will work well. Okay, the important thing is don't lose tension on your stitches here. You don't want them to be too loose because they won't sit nicely. You'll end up with a lacy edge where you've picked up. So I'm going to go in, wrap my yarn. Yeah, and it looks like it'll work well too. If you're not comfortable with this, it's just as valid to pick it up with the needle first, using that left-hand needle again. I can take this left-hand needle, go into the stitch, wrap around. Okay, and that's going to give me a nice consistent edge, and when I start to knit my garter border, it's going to flow right into my pattern here. All right, and that is how we pick up a bind off edge in garter stitch knitting.